Good evening, everybody. I want to welcome everybody to our 9/11 program. It's 14th year, and I will just have a couple of announcements which are important to the ceremony. Please stay clear of the monuments. We say that every year. The relatives of those that have departed are going to be escorted up to there by the junior fire department, and please don't stand in front of it. There's reserved seating, as I see, for all the families, and thank you for finding them. And I have a front seat up here empty if anybody else would like to come up and sit there. And there's lots of room, so that's where it's the best place to sit. The Lynbrook Fire Department and William Dousher have been able to secure 2 mature trees that have grown from the saplings from that was the only tree standing on 9/11. So if you want to see them here, we're very proud to have them. One will be planted here, and one will be planted by the Fire Department Memorial. That's it. Color Guard, advance. Thank you. We're now going to have the national anthem sung, now the Pledge of Allegiance, given by Fire Chief James McDermott and Police Chief Joseph Neve.
Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'd like to introduce and call up Alexa Ford, a young woman who lives in our village, and she'll sing the national anthem. These okay for you?
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so badly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I want to call up now Reverend Richard Stelzer to do, as he says, the opening prayer, and he's right. Thank you, Reverend.
O God of love and compassion and healing, look on us, people of many different faiths and traditions who gather today in remembrance of September 11th, 2001. We ask you in your goodness to give eternal light and peace to all who died that day at the World Trade Center in New York, at the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., and in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. All the innocent men and women who were victims of this tragedy, all heroic first responders, our firefighters, police officers, emergency service workers, and Port Authority personnel. We ask you in your compassion to bring healing to those who, because of their presence that day or in the days of recovery, suffer from injuries and illnesses. Heal, too, the pain of still grieving families and all who lost loved ones in this tragedy. Give them strength to continue their lives with courage and hope. God of peace, bring your peace to our violent world. Bring peace to the hearts of all men and women, peace to the nations of our earth. Turn to your way of love those whose hearts and minds are consumed with hatred. God of understanding, overwhelmed by the magnitude of this tragedy still, we seek your light and guidance as we confront once again these terrible events. Grant that those whose lives were spared may live, so lives lost may not have been lost in vain. Comfort and console us, O God. Strengthen us in hope, and give us the wisdom and courage to work tirelessly for a world where true peace and love reign, and justice will flourish among nations and in the hearts of all. Amen.
Father, nicely offered. Thank you. I have now some dignitaries I'd like to announce that came to memorialize our local park. You can sit down. Came to memorialize the people from Lynbrook that were lost in 9/11. We have Mayor Francis Murray. We have Judge James Darcy. We have the American Legion Post 335 with Henry Spiker leading same. We have the VFW Howard Lathrop Post 2307 with Pat Neely leading same. We have Father Richard Stelzer from Our Lady of Peace. We have Rabbi Sandra M. Billish from Temple Amakad. We have Reverend Bob Walderman from the Lynbrook Baptist Church. And of course, we have the Chamber of Commerce President, Linda Stevenson. I want to thank them for coming. We have special thanks for Chief Joseph Deave, Lynbrook Police Department, Chief James McDermott, Lynbrook Fire Department, member of the Lynbrook Junior Fire Departments. Former Judge Bill Gaylor is here, and former Mayor Bill Geyer. We have Judge Thomas Atkinson, the Department of Public Works. I want to thank them, Lynbrook TV, as I always thank the Fire Department and the Police Department, and the Lynbrook Recreation Department. We have Tom Montori, Grand Knight of the Knights of Columbus. We have Alice Marie Bresnahan, Lynbrook School Board, Bill Hargrove, the Mac Na Erin Pipe Band, and you'll hear them later. Of course, Alexa Ford, with a voice like an angel. We have the Boy Scouts here from Lynbrook. We have the Girl Scouts, the Elm Association, which is East Rockaway, Lynbrook, Lakeview, and Malvern. And if I've missed somebody, I'm very sorry, but they're here to celebrate with us, and that's very nice. I want to welcome you to the 4th memorial ceremony, honoring our friends, our relatives, our neighbors who passed away in 9/11. I can't believe it's been 14 years, and since this horrible tragedy has befallen our nation. Our memorialization of this event shows that we as Americans have remained strong and will never forget the attack on our country. We have, however, by coming here together, evidenced our great desire to protect our liberties, our faith, our freedom, and our way of life from any attack from anybody from outside our nation or inside, and we will rebuff same. The inequality of our faith and love for our men and women of our country who gave their lives for this country are certainly appreciated. They will be remembered always, and we wish to God bless their souls. Thank you very much. We'll now have the reading of the names, and the first group of names will be read by Hillary Becker.
Dennis Buckley. Richard Caprani. Jacqueline Donovan. Richard Fitzsimmons. Morton Frank.
Next group of names will be read by Mike Falkhurst.
William Gardner. Michael Hannon. Michael Horn. Aram Iskandarian. Maureen Olson.
The next group of names will be read by Anne Marie Reardon, a trustee.
Andrew Stern. Glenn Wall. Joseph Zuccoli. Paul Zoyce. Sirius, Port Authority Police Department, K-9 number 17. Partner, Police Officer Lim.
Deputy Mayor Alan Beach.
Thomas Hallahan, FD, NY, Engine 6. Patrick O'Keefe, FD, Rescue 1. Michael Russo, FDNY, Squad 1. William Wren, retired, FDNY, Ladder 166, Fire Safety Director of Tower 2. Robert W. Spears, Jr., FD, Engine 26.
We'll now have this sounding of the bells. We'll now hear taps and have a moment of silence. Please stand up. We'll now hear Amazing Grace, played by the Mac Naden pipes and drums. Thank you. I now wish to have the closing prayer by Rabbi Sandra M. Billish, new to our community.
Eternal God, source and creator of life, from the depths we have called to you and called to you again for courage, strength, and wisdom on this anniversary of our nation's tragedy. Grant us courage to comfort those who stand alone without spouse, parent, brother, sister, or friend. Open our hearts to them that in loving them we may learn to love more deeply all who suffer. Accept with mercy our continued prayers of healing on behalf of the families of the victims and on behalf of all who suffered as a result of that day. Strengthen the hands of our people to defend our country and our common values of freedom and justice. Inspire our leaders to act wisely and to pursue peace everywhere in the world, advocating for civility between adversaries, treating every human being as infinitely worthy and dignified by virtue of being created in God's divine image. May we teach our children wisely that they may be courageous in thought and in deed, in order that they may do battle against fear, hatred, and bigotry, using weapons of the Spirit and loving heart. We offer our prayers on behalf of our country, its government, our soldiers, first responders, and citizens, upon all who faithfully toil for our common good, that you, eternal God, will preserve democracy in our land and bestow upon us blessings of peace. And may we live to see the day when swords will be converted into plowshares and nations will not learn war anymore.
Thank you. Please be seated. I would like to ask Alexa Ford to come up again and give us a rendition of God Bless America. Thank you. Thank you very much.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, away with them. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you very much. I want to thank all the dignitaries here and the organizations, including the Lindbergh Fire Department, who's here with their trucks, their members, and their equipment, and always here for the village. As is every other organization who I've mentioned, the DPW, Lindbergh TV, Recreation, and the Department of Public Works, but especially the fire department, who protects all of us, as well as the police department, but they're special. And I want to thank the men and women who serve our country, the armed forces. The service is concluded. Thank you.